Good day. Hello, my friends. I can't wait to get into this last week with you. I told you guys I've been doing Hebrews on my own, and I decided I wanted to share a few things with you. I noticed I have something highlighted, and I am going to get into that as well. So, anyway, let's jump into this. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. But I like the warning against unbelief. But I'll go to that first. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead over here. And this is Hebrews chapter 3. And it says here in very bold print, today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as in the rebellion on the day of testing in the desert. Ah, man. And I mean, it was just this part that I wanted to share with you. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts as in the rebellion. Man, I really want to go into this deep, but I'm just going to say that I know someone who revealed to me recently, they said that the Holy Spirit had spoke to them about someone else and their approach to someone else that they were angry with, and they overrid the Holy Spirit because their anger was so bad. And finally, they came to themselves. And, they had to ask the Holy Spirit, they had to ask God to forgive them because they failed the test, they missed the mark. So it's like, if you hear from God, please heed to his voice and listen to him. And he says his sheep know his voice. And that just really bothered me that this person had went through that. And I know that there are times when we all fall short and we all miss the mark. And I am definitely guilty of it. Y'all, one day, many years ago, back when I was in my 20s, I saw a man cheat on his wife, and I went and I blabbed my big mouth and got all up in their marriage and said a whole bunch of things I should not have said. And I did it in public where other people heard it, and it backfired on me. And I literally heard the Holy Spirit tell me to be quiet about it, to leave it alone. And I couldn't leave it alone because I could not stand to see this injustice. And it backfired on me. And they do not like me. They think of me as a home wrecker, and it wasn't even like that at all. It was me putting my mouth in somebody else's business because I was so infuriated with what I had witnessed. And so it's like, if the Holy Spirit speaks to you about something, believe me, it is for your own good that you heed to what the Holy Spirit says. It is no joke. It will backfire on you. It may seem like you're doing the right thing. You may feel like, if I don't scratch this itch, it will not stop itching. Walk away. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that you obey the Holy Spirit. So it was just, whoo. It was an angry situation, and God just wanted me to rest, just let my anger go and just rest and trust that he would handle the situation. So today, here, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. And I like this final part right here where it says, we don't have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weakness, but one who has been tested in every way that we are, yet without sin. So therefore, let us approach the throne of grace with boldness so that we may obtain mercy and receive and find the grace to help us at the proper time. And then wasn't we just talking about this like in a previous session? And then look at this, Isaiah 53, Luke 22, 2 Corinthians 5:22, 1 Peter 2:22, 1 John 3:5. There are, and probably more than this, that remind us that when you go to Jesus, you ain't talking to him about nothing he ain't never felt, thought, or heard, because he's in touch with his creatures, his creation. So there is never anything that you can be ashamed of going to God about. It really isn't, because he understands, because he feels it. And that means so much to me, because the most ridiculous things that I feel, Jesus knows it because he feels it too. And he knows the source of it. That is just, there are times when you could go to somebody and say, I need someone to talk to so bad. And you go and you open up your heart to someone, thinking that they are going to be compassionate, thinking that they are going to be understanding, or even they could say to you, I've never experienced this. I don't know how you're feeling. I can't relate, but I can at least tell you this. You know what? Sometimes you don't even get that. Sometimes you get someone that just attacks you, that just is like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. And they just come at you so hard, especially if you're a child and you're talking to an adult. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. There's no healing in that. There's just condemnation, And Jesus, on the other hand, oh my God, his yoke is easy. His burden is light. And you can come to him about anything, wrong or right. He will be there for you, and he will chastise you in love. He's not going to cuss you out and call you a piece of crap or any of those types of things that we are so accustomed to. It's the best thing in the world. And I'm not putting down therapy, because I used to see a therapist. I've had quite a few therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, and none of them was ever able to help me. And I just totally said, you know what? I'm done with man. This was many, many, many years ago. And I just started using Jesus as my counselor and going to him. And believe me, it was years and years of feeling like I was getting no help from him. It was years and years. But I refused to go back to, professionals. I just refused, but the more I kept leaning on Jesus, and the more I kept sharing my stories with him and my pain with him, this right here just became popping off the page. So I know that was one of the reasons why I highlighted that. I don't know why I didn't put a sticker. There should be a little sticker up there, but this is something that I know. This is something that I've learned this is a part of my life. I've learned throughout the years that this is it. My mighty counselor. That's what he is. He is a counselor. Good God. Lord, I thank you. Because I'm telling you, the healing that I've gotten from Jesus, I could not have gotten through drugs or herbs or man's counseling. It's just, I just ain't. I'm sorry. This goes deeper than that. But yeah. So that's what I want to leave you guys with for the closing of the month of February. That hear the voice of God and don't ignore him, because it's just going to backfire on you. Put that flesh under subjection and know that you can go to him about anything, because he will be there. So God bless you all. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope that my little brief Bible studies, scriptures are something that can resonate with you. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.